Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a very short video. I've been working my ass off for the past 8 hours, moving all these plants, watering, I'm fertilizing, taking the shade cloth off. You can see I still got the shed open, I got the shade cloth off, I got peppers fucking galore, and pardon the French, I'm very tired and I've been working my butt off. But you can see just all the peppers, all the Gator Jigsaws, all the Chocolate Prima Tallies. Like I said, it's going to be a very short video. I don't have time to show you one by one. But as you can see, I spaced them out. These guys normally were touching very close. And like all these peppers were literally within like this little from this one the whole way over, like touching. I took the shade cloth off, I moved it out. The HOA is probably going to have a fucking shit fit, but you know what? These fucking things are 5 feet tall. I can't confine them into a 3-foot space. I just can't. I'm sorry, pardon my French. Like this thing, you can see it's just leaning over. The whole thing is, the cage is holding this whole, red Sylvia pepper, together, which there is. I know I did see one that was starting to change, right in there. Right in there, starting to change. But now I got the red Sylvania. How the fuck did I say? I looked it up online. I don't know, guys. It's Sylvania. I have no goddamn clue, guys. It's a habanero, and it's hotter than your normal habanero. So it's normally habanero is 3 to 550, and this thing is like 577 to like almost $1 million. So it's hot, and as you can see, it's growing into my right here is my bell peppers and my jalapenos, and it is growing big time. And you can see all the buds. Sorry, the light is bad because it's all but dark. I've been busting my ass all day, but you can just see all the white buds and all the pods. And speaking of pods, we have a shitload of jalapenos down here. Let me see if I can find a couple of them. We got a shitload of jalapenos there, one right there, just letting them get nice and big. But just all the super hots are just overtaking the bells and the red beets. This one's a Chocolate Prima Tally. I don't have the light and the time to show you, but basically I took all these, and as you can see from the strings, I tied them up in every configuration I could get them. This thing is a Dunnikin pepper. I am not doing it again. It's a good pepper, and it started out good, but this thing vines out like a freaking cucumber. And trying to tie this guy up with tomato cages and strings and everything else is just a fucking bitch. Is it getting little Dunnikin? And that's how it's pronounced. Dunnikin. Sorry. I think it's actually spelled C-U-N-T or C-I-N-E-T. I don't fucking know, but Dunnikin. The Dunnikin pepper is a Pakistani pepper, but as you can see, it just spreads everywhere. Unless you got the proper caging, like 6-8 feet tall, it's a bitch. I wouldn't recommend growing it. This is a fantastic ghost pepper, which started out so damn small, and this fucking thing is, let me try. As you can see, I mean, I'm 6 foot, and the top leaves are neck level. It's 5 foot easily, and it's spreading out. So, and I had to tie it up. So right now it's like this, but once the sun hits it, all these will start spreading out and be beautiful. This is a Purple Peach Reaper. Like I said, guys, I'll show you more once, because you can see the sun's going down. But this ghost pepper is just, and I have this ghost pepper tied up everywhere. I mean, just every spot I got it tied up. This is the UFO pepper, and I am going to start crossing some of them. This is the Big Mama mustard. I did move them around a little bit. Here is the Cotton Candy Bubblegum 7 pot. I just put only two, the Cotton Candy Bubblegum 7 pot and the Patali pepper, because they're so wide that I just put only two in the same spot because there is a hill here. But as you can see, they're starting to get ripe here a little bit, and you can see there's a bunch of them. I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, this is just a huge plant. More bushy than it is tall. But here's the Patali, or what I'm guessing is a Patali. You can, I know it's hard to see because they're green, but they're starting to yellow, and they're everywhere. There's just tons of them. This is what's supposed to be a 7-pot pink. It's actually more a 7-pot red. But as you can see, there's a bunch of them lower, and these pods are massive. I mean, look at this, almost 4 fingers, top to bottom, at least 3 fingers, if not bigger. These things are massive, and there's a bunch of them just everywhere on here. Some of them almost look like KSLS, but they're not. But they're hot. I did try them, and like I said, they're more confined because I just tied them up. But as the sun comes up, these will all start to bush out. And this one is, I don't even know what the hell this is. I guess it's a chocolate Primatali, which has done nothing because it was stuck in the middle. Yeah, this was a chocolate Primatali. This one's stuck in the middle, so I put it more out to the end, and as you can see, I tied them to every single point I could. Hopefully the light will, this will go out this way, 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 but I had to tie them up. This is a Thor Thunderbolt. Bunch of tiny little pods. I am definitely not doing these again. It's been more hassle than these guys are worth. Again, this is the Thor Thunderbolt, but look at them. I mean, they just vine, and there's no controlling them. There's this one here, this one here. Are they getting peppers on them? Of course. There's peppers there. There's peppers there. There's peppers there. They are productive. Little one there, but trying to keep these guys under control is like trying to keep a cucumber under control. It's ridiculous. Here's some more 7-pot pinks. I ain't getting a lot off this because the pepper broke in half, but as you can see, I tied it up every spot I could, so I'm getting a few off of it. Then I got the Cotton Candy Bubblegum 7-pot is growing way over here, and you can just see a bunch of Cotton Candy Bubblegum 7-pot. I know next year where to grow them and where not to, so it's a learning curve, but let's take you over. Hang on a sec. Here's the rose doing nothing. One little rose. Don't know what happened, but oh fucking well. We got the onions and the leeks doing well. Red onions can kiss my ass, honestly. Sorry. I've had a long day and I am tired, but no, look. I zoom in here really close. Look at all them gator jigsaws. I mean, come on. You can't tell me that is not maximum yields. And then it blends right into, bam, right there with them nasty tails. Chocolate Primatalis. And it doesn't look like a lot, but trust me, this plant is just loaded with Primatalis there, loaded with a bunch of Primatalis there. You can see there's just a bunch there. Bunch of little babies there. Bunch of little ones there. Bunch of buds and little babies there. Some more right there. And look at all these buds up in here. This whole thing right here is all Primatalis. And then we have the massive, which is going to be my favorite one, if it doesn't break off here. You know, this massive tail of this Primatali, this Chuckle Primatali. Like I said, the red beets I've pretty much given up on. I still water them, I still fertilize them, but it's just we're gonna get some some red beets, but they're just not gonna be what we wanted. And even these banana peppers are going small. I need to figure out how to do this better. It's just, I want to keep this compact, but at the same time, this is 6 foot wide, and right now this is about 20 feet long. Drone footage. So pretty much from where that stake is, right there, to that end plant, way over there is about 20 feet long, and I have a shade cloth that's 10 by 20, 10 by 20, which is just 6 by 20. So I'll be able to have 2 feet on each side. Because I'm telling you, I never expected these guys to get this big. And when you live in an HOA, you've got to keep everything compact. It's just how it is. It sucks, but I really wish I had like this whole freaking yard, just to do what I wanted to do. If I had all this yard to do what I wanted to do, these things would be freaking 10 feet tall. But it is what it is. And now you can see there's some cotton candy bubblegum 7-pot habaneros in there that are starting to ripen, and we got everything tied up. So we're just trying to, you can see they're all tied together and all vining together. We're trying to fix everything. So forgive the venting, forgive the frustration, but no, you can just see all the, ow, with my back on the shed, that didn't feel good. But no, there's a bunch of blooms, and if you really look at it from down here, it is, these gator jigsaws are loaded, and these chocolate Primatalis are loaded. So I'm gonna try to get this as high as I can. You know what? Let me try throwing it up. Let me do it again. Ooh. Boom, I'm about to break the damn thing. I don't know if this is working, guys. Probably not working, but hey, maybe you got some good views, but no, it's just everywhere you can see is just a massive. Let me go over this way. Normally, every year before my pepper plants, I just had this and this. And normally I'd keep it from about here to this with my pepper plants. Now this is onions, gator jigsaw, Primatali, bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, banana peppers, and red beets. And then we got hot peppers, hot peppers, hot peppers, hot peppers, hot peppers, hot peppers, hot peppers. And this is about, I would say, at least, which I wanted to keep it at the end of the shed. So we're looking at least, if I lay myself down from here to there, my head would go about. So this is about 6.5, 7 feet. I'd say more like 7 feet from the end of this to this. And these are all super hot peppers. Guys, next year, I think I'm just going to do a selective few. I am crossing my own varieties, I am mixing like the chocolate Primatali with the Carolina Reaper, and I'm gonna mix the red Sylvia or Sylvania, whatever the hell it is, with the cotton candy bubblegum 7-pot. I am mixing a few of them tomorrow. I ran out of light, obviously, today. But I'm going to mix them tomorrow, put some baggies on them. And I have a few more. I think the Dunnikin, I have a few more I have to tie up. But for the most part, as you can see, they're pretty much tied up and not really running into each other, and I'm doing the best I can with what I got. So you can see some in there that are getting ripe. But no, I'm definitely gonna do I'm gonna do at least 5 crosses in the next day or two. And then once that pepper's done, I'm gonna let that grow. I'm gonna mark it with a little ribbon, put a baggie on it, make sure nothing cross-pollinates with it besides what I want it to be. And then I'm gonna put a little ribbon on it, let it grow to its mature, like super mature state. And then I'm going to pull it, dry the seeds, and then next year I'll have an F1 new phenotype. And like a purple peach Reaper mixed with chocolate Primatali, come on. A red Sylvania mixed with a cotton candy bubblegum 7-pot, both super fruity. It's going to be something that's going to taste like candy, like Skittles. So guys, stay tuned. There's a lot more to go on. I'm sorry for venting, but it's just, I've been through a lot today. It's been 8 hours of hell. And I can't put them on their stands anymore. The grass is dying. I'm trying to keep the HOA, you know, I got a few on stands there where it's more flatter, but most of them are not. I'll tell you guys, don't live in an HOA. It's a bitch. Okay, well, enough venting, guys. I gotta go get a shower. I get something to eat. I still have dishes to do. I gotta water the tomatoes. A pepper growers, vegetable grower, farmer, whatever you want to call us, job never ends. So we'll see you next time. I'm Jesse from Jesse Co Peppers. We'll see y'all next time. Take it easy, y'all. Peace. Thanks for watching.